How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Episode 1 would have went pro. I'm one of your co-hosts, Sean.
And I'm Jagger.
And we're stoked to bring this to you. You know, I was saying to Jagger before we actually started this idea, you know, a little drunken talk was podcasts are the new bars. When our parents, Jimmer, Scotter, were half in one, I'm sure they were talking about setting up a bar together, you know, go in, no last call, drink until the morning, and just everyone have a good time all night, free shots every hour, all that shit. Instead, today, this day and age, we've evolved. We've gone to voice memos in between two guys talking about sports. Fuck the bar idea.
It's the new wave.
Apparently. We'll soon find out. Anyways, we basically started this. I mean, speaking for myself here to start is I just finished an 8-week contract. I've got an offer to work physical labor for my brother's company, but I'm a lazy piece of shit who doesn't want to get his fucking nails dirty. So I took the easy way out and decided to start a podcast, and, you know, that's where we're at now. But also, more importantly, is we love sports. Playing sports, talking sports, gambling about sports. And, you know, a podcast like this, starting this kind of thing is kind of like right down our alley, right? We love what Barstool does, all that stuff. Anyways, I'm Sean. Again, I'm a university student in Ontario, working towards my business administration degree. I played hockey basically my whole life, filtered in other sports here and there. And I would have went pro in hockey if I didn't hurt my neck when I was 16, playing single A hockey for a team that was at the bottom of the bowl. Would have went pro, don't care, I'll tell my kids that. Anyway, I'll pass this off to Jagger. He can introduce himself.
And I'm Jagger. I'm also a Canadian university student, attending the University of Brock in the upcoming year. I still currently play hockey in Junior B, and the goal is still to go pro, but I would have went pro with guys of names of Quinton Byfield and Jamie Drysdale, would have been up there with them.
Yep.
But throughout my whole sport career, played single A for 3 years, then played double A, never played a lick of triple A until midget for the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Didn't you sit on the bench that year too?
For the start. But it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Yeah. So my girlfriend tells me. But also played a bunch of sports growing up. Lacrosse was one of the main ones, and then played at school, played volleyball, basketball, soccer, and would have tried many other, like table tennis and water polo if I knew how to swim. But
that would be crazy. Water polo is a fucking crazy sport, man.
Well, if I knew how to swim, I might have tried it.
Yeah, you don't know how to swim.
I don't.
You're gonna fucking doggy paddle and drown your way down. That's a fuck sport. It's like football and soccer and water. It's fucking ridiculous. That takes balls, man. Anyway, what can you guys expect from us? Obviously, we're kind of working out the kinks. It's unstructured, a lot of unfunny jokes so far. Those will get filtered out. Probably the unfunny jokes are more than likely going to stay. But there's going to be a lot of stories of our own connecting ourselves to people who are actually pro, because we like talking about ourselves and we are egotistical, or so we are told. But we're going to be covering mostly sports content, maybe the odd time we might gear off if something's a big enough headline.
Yeah, if need be.
But we're going to be covering, you know, the North American Big Four, MMA, boxing, golf, pretty much anything we bet on, right? For all you know, we could be having a half an hour segment on ping pong because we put $30 down drunkenly for no fucking reason. But past that, we also are looking forward to, hopefully after we get a little structure, work out the kinks, getting guests who actually went pro. Or some of our friends, I'm sure, will come on for the early starts of this. But that would be awesome to hear with them, shoot the shit with them on a more personal side. And last, but certainly not least, I'm sure there's going to be times where you guys might notice a podcast is 20 minutes, 30 minutes longer than the rest, and it is likely because me and Jagger are yelling at each other about some unimportant fact.
If that orangutan argument, it probably will.
We will bring the orangutan argument in. And
you guys will hear about that later.
Yeah,
but.
Shout out to Spit and Chicklets for that one. That was a fucking great would you rather. But yeah, that's basically the intro that we have. And, you know, it's been a crazy world of sports we're in right now. Mm-hmm. Like this week, you know, first of all, we can start it this way. Where were you on Friday? Where were you this weekend?
Well, just hopefully no one from my place of work is listening to this, but the boys were in Quebec this weekend for Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals.
It was fun. It was a good time.
It was.
Friday was, what did we do? We got to the hotel, drank a little bit didn't drink enough, and then probably searched for 2 hours for a bar.
We should have known, get reservations.
Yeah. And beautiful city, but, you know, it was crazy. And for all you people, you know, we're around the GTA, it's nothing like Jurassic Park or Maple Leaf Square.
You know, Maple Leaf Square and Jurassic Park have a big screen, and everyone goes there and everyone can watch on that big screen. Quebec is nothing like that. They have the ability, especially being in the finals, like those were first rounds against Boston. Being in the finals, you can put up a huge screen to have everyone there to watch the game. I don't know if it's COVID friendly that they're trying to fix, but watching through about 27 heads of people into a small window,
restaurant window,
of one small monitor of the game where you can't even see what team has the puck. It was still a fun experience or vibe there, but it's nothing close to what Maple Leaf Square Jurassic Park is like.
Awesome stuff. And one thing that did surprise me, just for context, I haven't been to Quebec in probably 10, 15 years. Everyone speaks English there.
All bilingual.
Like, it's intimidating, though. We went to the kind of rural side of Quebec once we entered, and we thought we were getting fucking yelled at an SAQ employee, which is their LCBO, but it was there. It was scary. But I think everyone spoke good English there.
Yeah, except for when we went to the McDonald's. It seems like the younger kids...
Except for the stripper. The stripper didn't speak good English.
Not good English. She was broken English.
But her actions speak louder than words. Actions speak fucking louder than words.
It's the same thing as when you talk about the SAQ employee. It's like the cop too. We're on those bikes on our phones.
Crazy. You feel so terrified.
Yeah, because they talk so fucking fast, and you think that they're yelling at you, but they're probably.
I thought I was gonna get fucking attacked by an orangutan. Anyway, so we're going into Game 5 of the NHL Finals. I think it's kind of shaping up to be what everyone thought was going to happen to Montreal in every single round so far. But, you know, you got to give your hats off to Montreal. They are proving everyone wrong up to this point. I mean, they're still surviving, so we'll see what happens. I think it's done next game. And a special shout out. Fuck you, Cole Caufield. I fucking hate you.
Head's way too big for you.
You opposite of a fucking pea head.
Yeah.
Opposite of a pea head.
But you talk about the Canadians as a whole, and it's like, I remember talking about them the first couple weeks in the season when they were on fire, and I said this team has the depth and it could be dangerous. Like Carey Price got hot, if he gets hot, and they have those 4 big defensemen, Weber, Edmondson, Petrie, and Sherratt. So they have those 4 guys, and they are hard to play a 7-game series against. You see the star guys like Marner 0 goals, Matthews 1 goal. When you have those 4 defensemen that are all above 6'2" playing against these
fucking
players,
terrifying.
Like, anyone's gonna be scared. They don't even have to do anything. You have your head up and you see a 6'4" Joel Edmondson taking a run at you. You're gonna fucking dump that.
You're gonna shit yourself. You're gonna shit yourself, man.
I think they get it done Game 5 though.
I do too.
You have Tampa coming back into their home rink, you want to see Tampa win, especially with last year, how like their families have to come in. Like Victor Hedman said, given he's from Sweden, he hasn't seen his family since the start of the pandemic. So his family has not seen him as a Stanley Cup champion yet, which just blows my mind.
I actually didn't know that. That's fucking.
I heard him say that.
And you know, that's the same as kind of like the NBA bubble last year. Those guys are complaining for a few months. For Hedman, it's got to be over a year now, right? You said. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the NBA, we're in the finals now too.
How the fuck did we get there?
This finals is literally what happens when you sim the first year of 2K and you fucking yell at your screen saying this is a stupid finals.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I think this finals is so good for the sport of basketball.
Huge.
To show that a super team doesn't always win. You have, and I see memes all over that, like, that 2014 Bucks team where they had like the worst record.
Chris Middleton and Giannis were
They
on
were
it.
both 60 overalls, and those guys
They
were
the
there
lowest
as
guys.
rookies, as a 15th overall pick from Greece and a second round pick in Chris Middleton from Texas A&M. You have those two guys that have stayed there, and loyalty, like Giannis said in 2017, is in his blood. So you have those guys, and you see that they got drafted there. They built a team around those guys with guys like Drew Holiday, who was criminally underrated, Brook Lopez, even some of the bench players like George Hill, and you have that goes to the finals. And on the other side, with Devin Booker, who got drafted there, guys like Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton got drafted there.
CP3 just signed in.
Yeah, so you have that you can. They now see that a team that can actually be drafted there and build a core around them can come together and reach a finals, which I love it for the sport of basketball.
If I told you when Rudy Gobert went and fucking hand-fucked every single one of those mics in his press conference, the next year's NBA Finals could be the Hawks versus the Suns. There was like 2 games away from that being the finals. What would you have said to me?
I would have said you're crazy first, and I am.
You're putting it lightly.
Yeah, it's just words can't even fathom that was a possibility of. I thought the Hawks were going out in the first round. I thought fucking Julius Randle and D Rose were gonna take care of them. But
Yep.
Another narrative that's come out is that Trae Young is a better first option than Kyrie Irving has ever been in his career.
Do you think that's true?
As both Trae and Kyrie haters, I
Huge hater of these two fucking guys.
Being completely non-biased because I hate both of them so much. I really do, because Kyrie bitched about being a second option with LeBron and then goes to the Celtics.
Kyrie is a pussy.
Thinks the fucking earth's flat. Doesn't even fucking play, and they still go to the conference finals.
I might be onto something with the earth flat, though.
Okay. Stay on topic.
But no, I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. And to think CP3 just beat out the team he couldn't get to the finals with that, year in and year out with, Blake Griffin. They were the team. They were often in that top bubble and couldn't get out, right. And then CP3 had a chance to go at his former team, knock them out, have a brilliant final game to send the Clippers home too.
If you were to tell me that CP3 drops 41, 42?
Yeah, 41 points
on the Clippers in what games? That was game 6.
Game 6, yeah.
In LA.
Yep.
That's karma right there. But you think of that Clippers team, that Lob City team, like I would say would be better than this Suns team on paper, maybe not chemistry wise. Yeah. I really like it for Chris Paul. I keep seeing things now. If Chris Paul gets these rings, who are we rooting for next? And Carmelo Anthony is the answer there.
Yeah.
You hope he gets a ring by the end of his career.
For sure. I fucking love Melo. Have a Melo jersey. But I'm gonna come back to the CP3 thing here. Is you're a Kyrie, Trae Young hater. I feel like CP3 fits right in with those two names.
The thing is I'll explain myself. Kyrie hater because
he's a fucking dumbass.
Because of how he portrays himself in that. And I'm not a LeBron dick rider whatsoever, but what he said about LeBron, then goes to KD and says
he's diva, huge diva.
He goes to KD and says, this is the first time I've been on a team where I can trust the guy at the end. Like, you're playing with the second best player of all time. Do I need to say again, second best player of all time?
Are you talking about Kevin Durant?
No,
we won't get into that. We'll talk about that later.
But with Kyrie doing that, he's just a diva. He keeps switching teams. I don't like that stuff. And the reason I don't like Trae Young is how he was taunting the Garden and shit. One of the biggest Derrick Rose fans in the world. And
It's true.
when he's doing that type of shit to the team that Derrick Rose is on,
Almost hit a woman over Derrick Rose.
I'm not a fan of that.
But yeah, it's crazy, and it proved just how fucking crazy sports is now. Yesterday, huge thing that no one probably would have predicted is a pay-per-view between Tom Brady, Phil Mickelson versus Aaron Rodgers and Bryson DeChambeau. Did you even know that thing was going on yesterday, the match?
I found out
You found out from me, did you? Or
Yeah,
did you find out earlier?
I found out from you. I found out like right before it was going on. I didn't even know it was the match 4.
Yep.
I haven't seen any of the 3, and I didn't even see this one because
It's the match 4?
that's what they said. They said this is the third, or maybe that was
No,
the
I
third
think
one.
you're right. Because there's the original Tiger versus Phil, the match 1. There was Peyton versus Brady with Tiger and Phil, 2. And then there's Steph Curry
Like, I didn't even
someone and Brady and Phil or something like that.
Brady and Phil have been. That was the third time. Brady
Yeah,
and
I
Phil
saw
have been there. 'Cause I saw
fucking
Brady's memes.
Brady's memes.
But yeah, I haven't seen any of them, and because it's pay per view, and you remember you telling me about that Phil story where that guy, where he said like
Jake Owen.
Jake Owen said
Unbelievable.
You want to give that shout out to him? And
Yeah,
tell
I'll
the
give a
story
shout out. I'll briefly retell it. I don't want to steal Jake's thunder, even though there's not even going to be a 1,000th fraction as many people watch this as the foreplay pod. But essentially, after the match 1, Tiger versus Phil, Jake Owen, country artist, amazing country artist, guy's unreal. Give him a listen. Anyway, he was in one at Jordan Spieth's wedding and decided, fuck it, I'm gonna go talk my shit to Phil fucking Mickelson. First off, who does that? Anyway, goes up to him and goes, hey, you owe me $29.99. And Phil just looks at him like, what the fuck? So you owe me $29.99 for some shitty fucking golf, and goes off on him. And this is why Phil, along with being a lefty lives matter, shout out, is my favorite golfer. He looks at him, he goes, hands him a $100 bill, goes, I made 90,000 of these yesterday. Take this and go fuck yourself. Fucking legendary line. How could you Trae Young, Kyrie hater, could you ever talk shit to those guys in real life? Or would I feel like I couldn't.
I would fucking ask for a signature as soon as I saw them. Like, I'll talk my shit on this pod, but I'm not. There's not a fucking chance.
Fucking Paul Felder. Paul Felder.
There's not a chance I'd ever say that shit to their face. But maybe if I was as deep as Jake Owen was, maybe I'd.
Maybe you said a lot worse. We both said a lot worse than one. But I know you tuned in here and there, but the level of golf was fucking solid. I threw $50 down on Rodgers and DeChambeau, huge Brooksy guy.
And I'm more of the Hail Mary parlay guy.
If you want Hail Mary, you should have went Rodgers.
Well, I've learned the hard way. Never bet against Brady.
Yeah.
So I threw with about 6 other things $3 on Brady and Mickelson. Wouldn't have mattered because only 2 of the 6 things hit. So not that upset.
That's fucking parlays for you, man. We never fucking win one. But the one thing that shocked me, Aaron Rodgers, although downhill, 438-yard drive. Is there something this fucking guy can't do other than stay on the Packers?
Yeah, that's. I don't know. He, like he said, it was basically his first time out. So a 438. I didn't see the exact shot.
What would you golf if you could? Even your max drive downhill is 438. How many strokes do you think you save off your game?
All of them.
Yeah, 30. 30?
Yeah, 25. If I can hit a 438, I don't care if I'm literally hitting down the Mount Everest, like putting down Mount Everest and just let it roll. There's still no way I'm hitting that shit 2,500 feet right with a slice.
Yeah, I'm slicing with a putter.
Besides Mount Everest.
I'm slicing with a fucking putter.
Yeah. No, but like you said, 438-yard drive, it's not really surprised because he's had his hands in everything with Game of Thrones and he's an actor
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, and he throws Hail Marys that far. So
big thing. Brady was running his fucking mouth.
Yeah,
he was throwing some shit.
I love fucking Tampa Brady.
As
soon as he comes to Tampa, like
he's a new character, man.
Bill Belichick let go of his fucking gag on Tom Brady, and now
Giselle stepped up her game in the bed. That's for fucking sure.
Tom's throwing the memes, the chirps, and from what I saw, Aaron didn't have an answer. Just like Aaron didn't have an answer in the NFC Championship game. But
you had to bring that one up.
I did, because
he threw one in about the field goal too. Phil threw one in about the field goal too. He went when they were down like 2 or 3 strokes with like 3 or 4 holes left. He goes, they were like probably like a 25-yard put away, and he goes, we can't go for a field goal here. We have to go for it. 4th down, we gotta go for it.
Oh my god!
And it's Brady's putt, and Phil just fucking staring at Rodgers. Like that's big dick energy. Phil has to have a big dick. You're down like 2 with 3 to go, and you're talking that much shit.
Well, like Tom said, if the golf game isn't working, you got to try other things. And I guess the chirping was the only other option besides losing by more strokes.
Another part on top of that, while we're talking about, Phil, the QBs, DeChambeau was fucking straight serious the whole goddamn time. You think that guy is on Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon Masters to win the fucking jacket. That guy was dead serious.
You do not want him Sunday afternoon jacket after his last performance.
His back nine?
That was brutal. I had fucking money on him, and that was absolutely brutal.
How much did you lose there?
I was sick. Again, it was in a parlay.
There you fucking go. So would the parlay have hit?
No. It's like 3 for 6 for me, but
you love the 6 folds, eh?
That's give or take. It might have been an 8, might have been a 4. I can't really remember.
It's all over.
Yeah, it's if one of them hits, then we might be getting mics next time for the pod. But right now we're struggling. We're struggling
through the voice memos, the fucking voice memos. But yeah, that match had so many personalities. Phil, Brady, Rodgers. Can't really say DeChambeau because he was serious. Seemed like the serious guys most of the time, and they're coming alive. And another big event that's not even close to correlating with a lot of fucking personalities. UFC 264. Got the likes of Sugar Sean, Greg Hardy, who's as controversial as it fucking comes. Conor McGregor, a lot of big personalities. But one name that I know you're a huge fucking fan of. Ryan Hall on the prelims. What do you think? He's the underdog.
He is, and
are you gonna
with my expertise gambling advice, I might throw a half unit on it. I don't know what that means, but I might throw a half unit on it.
No, you'll throw 3 units on it.
No, Ryan Hall, I love him because he's known for the heel hook. One of the weirdest guys I've ever seen. But
is he weird?
He is, because I'm currently watching Ultimate Fighter, and whatever season he's in, where McGregor and Uriah Faber are the coaches.
Yeah,
he ends up winning
in the quarters.
No, he ends up winning.
He won.
He beat fucking.
I thought he lost in the quarters.
Again, that's what it says on Wikipedia. I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
Yeah, okay.
But he beat Artem Vobov or whatever. McGregor's guy. He beat him in the finals. Apparently, I'm still halfway through it, but. He's so weird and he's like so awkward, but somehow he gets these guys quickly into a heel hook, and he once he gets on the ground.
Holy fuck, you aren't fucking kidding.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this now. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 heel hooks.
Yeah, I know. He knew he had heel hooks before, and before he got onto Ultimate Fighter, and then I'm pretty sure he heel hooked the very first guy.
The first 2 guys. He did. It doesn't say he fought Lobov, which is kind of. Oh no, he did. That was in the finale. So he.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess he was in. I don't really under. Oh yeah, it was a different season. Okay. Anyways, yeah, he beat him via decision. Our guy Herb Dean reffing that fight. That's huge. But no, he's a heel hook expertise, and I think you have a good story about a heel hook you saw recently, live and in stereo with a co-guest here.
There was a heel hook. told to do the heel hook by yours truly, and a little shout out to the ex-birthday boy, I guess, Nolan Campbell, was 0-6 on June 25th, and was heel hooked by Sean Lowe's.
The kid. It was a masterful performance.
In about 13 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
hey, hats off to fucking Nooner for lasting 13 seconds. It's his record.
It's not the only place he's last 13
I'm not talking
seconds.
fighting.
It's not the only time he's last 13 seconds.
We're crossing some mean lines.
We'll move on there. Hopefully he's listening.
Anyways, Sugar Sean versus the 4,000 follower debut man, Moutinho.
This fight makes me sick.
Should this be fucking legally sanctioned?
Dana White is gonna get. I don't even know who Moutinho is. I kind of know.
It's his first fight. He's 9-4.
I know. And he's 2-2 in his last four. I kind of know who Louis Smolka was, or whoever he was supposed to fight, but I don't fucking have a clue who this guy is. And you talk about Sugar Sean, who's 14 and 1. I did too.
13 and 1.
13-1, 14-1, whatever it is. What I don't understand, and maybe you'd be able to make me understand it, is he's 14-1. He hasn't fought a ranked guy yet.
No.
14-1. I don't know if Dana's trying to like coddle him and turn him into this like
Conor
guy who
McGregor.
has super hype on him, where he's like 21 and still hasn't fought a
real
fighter. But they're just throwing in this bum
first debut fight
for like Sean to literally just beat the shit out of him. But when you talk about it, Brian Ortega is 15-1, and now has a title shot against Volkanovski.
Yeah.
And now you talk about O'Malley, who's 14-1, 13-1, and hasn't even fought a ranked guy. I know the age is different.
Everything's different, but your point's
But I'm just saying the point of the record. Why?
And the name, man. It's easy to give.
He's gonna be on the main card. This with 4,000 follower debut man.
Hamzat. He got his. I think he went. He was supposed to fight Leon, pulled out, but after I think it was like 2 fights. Sure, it was sick. 2 fights in like a month. It was fucking unreal. But like 2 fights in, and he's going for the title shot. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, you talk
but
about
this shit should not be sanctioned.
No, like if I'm Moutinho or whatever his name is, why are you even? I guess you get to fight a guy like Sugar Sean that if you somehow shock the world and beat him,
he's a name.
Then you're up there. You're getting like into dangerous
no fucking
territory.
Chance he wins though. I would bet my right fucking nut he doesn't fucking win.
There's no way. There's actually no way. But I think this has something to do with Dana that's trying to build a like Conor-esque guy.
Do you think he can become Conor?
I don't think anyone can become Conor because I think like the way he called out, because he called out Peter Yan, and like the way he called out Peter Yan is complete. I think Conor's unmatched, and I think someone like Kamaru Usman, who I do like, is trying to like
too hard.
He's trying to like you see the things when he says like, oh, it's red penny night, and then Kamaru Usman's like, oh, it's green penny night when you fight me. Like
that's fucking
like
so
you see anyone who tries to beat Conor, they just get roasted for it because no one can beat Conor. And Sean O'Malley, I would say, is the closest thing to Conor-esque with being Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
That he does his own type of shit, and you see him on TikTok doing these funny ass fighting things that Conor wouldn't have done that, but it's on the same line of Conor. And he's going, and as he continues to rack up wins and keep fighting, and hopefully fight some fucking ranked guys, I feel like the hype will increase, and I think he has the potential to be Conor-esque. I don't think anyone will ever compare to Conor, though.
So I think it goes safe to say you can start. What's your prediction for this fight?
Like Sugar Sean first round knockout.
Okay.
Half unit.
Yeah, I'm gonna join you, Sugar Sean, first round. I think he's gonna pull an Adesanya on Costa and just go first round via doggy style. This is not gonna be a good fucking fight. I don't know why it's sanctioned. I don't know who agreed to allow this to happen, but sending in a guy for his first fight who's 9-4 against Sugar Sean O'Malley, who is first off a huge name that's gonna put this kid under the spotlight instantly, but also one of the greatest and most flashy knockout artists we've seen to date.
Just saw what he did last round where they still
the fader. Like,
Yeah.
he's fucked.
Welcome to the Sugar Show. You will see that shit Saturday when he knocks out Moutinho, 4,000 follower debut man in the first round.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly. But next up, probably the next biggest name on the card. I know there's a girl fight before. I don't know too much about it, so I don't want to speak on it. But Greg Hardy, for me, I'll speak pro or anti Greg Hardy. I fucking hate the guy. I don't know why he's, I think, 7-3 fighting on main cards. It's already been disqualified once. Criminal past with, women. We're not going to get into that, but he's a character, not a good one, and I don't see why this guy's fighting on main cards, and I don't know why the UFC is giving him the light of day.
Yeah, I don't want to speak on Greg Hardy as much as I would like to because I don't know the full story. I don't really know why, because I knew he was in the NFL and he came back, so I knew he had some problems with the law, but I don't know all the details of those cases or what transpired in that. But you look at the record and you see the name,
7-3 on a main
fighting,
card.
like
his only big name fight is Volkov. Who did he just get beat by? Derek? No, it wasn't Derek. Gain. He's got his ass beat round after round by Gain, right? And that's his biggest name, and he fucking lost to him. And now he's fighting on main cards with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I have a problem with it being on a main card too because you have McGregor and Poirier as the main event and what is trying to bring in all these pay-per-views, and you have a name like we talked before, Ryan Hall, who's on prelims.
Yep.
Who is a very good fighter and is that kind of name where you know what you're gonna get from him. You have names like Sugar Sean, but I feel like if you want to build the best card, like cards like Usman and Masvidal, Shevchenko, that card was fire, or with the Weili Zhang and Rose and those fights.
Yep.
Like you have those cards where like the top three fights are like fucking insane. And then you have the ability to make an insane card here where you have Poirier and McGregor as the number one, and then
Burns and
Wonder Boy is a good fight, but I would say that's going to be third. You have to slot somewhere in 2 where like you were to have
a Nate Diaz, like some big name guy.
Even if he's not that good a fighter anymore, but you have
a big name.
You need to have a big name to have those top 3 that people are fucking tuning in for those top 3.
Yep.
I don't want to pay. What is it? What's
$70?
$70? I don't want to pay $70 to just watch that one fight. I want a good card the whole way through. So when you
spend that at a strip club instead.
Yeah, when you're forcing in Greg Hardy into a main card where he doesn't have the record, he has that name that he played in the NFL.
Yep.
Like that's where you throw him in the prelims, and then that will bring in more people. Where you have a loaded main card, and then you have big names that people just see the name like Greg Hardy, Ryan Hall in the prelims,
or at least like move them in the woman's spot, like the 4 or the 5 spot, like something like the woman fighters. All due respect, could beat the shit out of me, but they're not the Amanda Nunez's of the world.
No,
right? They're not that big, but I understand they want to grow the women's game. If putting them on the main card is what it does, fucking do it. I'm all for it. I think women fights are very underrated, and sometimes, the Weili Joanna fight. Did you watch that fight?
Yeah, that was
fucking crazy,
insane, man.
Joanna looked like a fucking balloon head.
Yeah, and she fucking to this day thinks she didn't get knocked out.
Yeah, no,
but
don't we all?
Like you have I'm gonna butcher his name, Kunitsakia. She's on it. She's on the main card, but then you have Jennifer Maia and Jessica Ai, who are both like well known.
Are they on the prelim?
They're in the early prelims.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And like you said, these girls would knock me out, and girls aren't. Some girls in fighting aren't the most entertaining to watch, but I would rather watch Jessica Ai and Jennifer Maia in the main card than Greg Hardy and whoever the fuck Tai Tugasava or whoever he's fighting.
Tuveza is actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good.
But it's a heavyweight belt. It's number 3.
Yeah, it has to be Sparks, man. If there's not some crazy knockout,
no,
that's
there has to be. There has
to
be. If that goes to decision, or that's only a 3-round fight. It's not a 5-round fight.
Yeah, it's 3.
3-round. If that goes past like 2.5, it goes into the 3rd round. There better be a highlight reel knockout.
Big
or
fucking
that's fucking flop.
You're getting me wowed up about fucking Greg Hardy. So we're gonna fucking move on. But this is where we get to the good shit. And probably if this was a main card fight, it would probably be, or the main event, I would be happy with it. Burns, fucking Wonder Boy. I'm a huge Wonder Boy guy. What do you think? What do you think about this fight?
Karate versus jiu-jitsu. I think Gilbert coming off losing to Usman, I think that he personally has more at stake than Wonder Boy in both sense, because Wonder Boy has more like personal gain, because I think if he wins, he puts himself into the consideration for the next title shot. But if Gilbert loses to Usman and then loses to Wonder Boy, I don't think he ever gets another title shot. I think he'll be swept under the rug a couple times. He'll be Jorge. Yeah.
Same thing.
That the only reason Jorge got another title shot was because Usman called him out. So, like, I think Masvidal will never get I think he'll never get another title shot because you now lost twice to him.
Yeah.
But again, at the dollar value that I've seen, I would put my money on Gilbert Burns because I just don't see a fighter that good losing twice in a row. But doesn't seem like anyone really wants to fight Wonder Boy, which might tell you that there's a reason to that.
No.
What do you think?
I 100% agree. And the thing is, and how the welterweight division is in such a fucking tricky spot. You know, it's possibly the tightest division, maybe lightweight too, but it's in a tight spot. And let's say Wonder Boy goes out and wins decisively. I do think this fight is going to be razor close, but he wins this. Oh, I got a fucking burp. Oh my god. I do think he does win this, it's going to be really close. I don't think there's a chance he wins decisively, but just to entertain ourselves, he wins decisively. What do you do? Because now you got Colby Usman, who Dana White says is definitely next. And then we have Leon Edwards, who's supposed to be after Colby, per Dana White again. What do you want, Wonder Boy or Burns? Where do they go from there? I understand Burns wins, let's say Colby loses. Burns has the option of Jorge or Edwards, whatever happens there. And then, you know, Wonder Boy winning though, like I think he's already beat Masvidal. I could be wrong. I think he's already beat Masvidal. Beat Masvidal, can't really do that. Leon Edwards isn't going to fight him. He's already been dodging him for the likes of Hamzat and Bilal. I don't know what you do. I personally think Wonder Boy deserves it way more than Leon Edwards, though. He's fought a top dog, not Nate Diaz to a title shot. An inactive Nate Diaz to a title shot is fucking ridiculous. That makes absolutely no sense to me. But like, it's just a crazy division.
Yeah, you talk about the division, and there's so many ways that this could possibly go. And it really depends on this fight. But even without this fight,
it's already.
I just think Dana making all these promises is not the best thing to do, because
everyone has expectations.
Yeah, you look at the top first. You can talk about all the next 5 guys, but you look at the top. You have Usman, and then you have Colby. That's the obvious one to make first, right? So if Usman and Colby fight, and again, by a miracle, Colby beats Usman, and now Colby's the champion, Usman is going to come back. They have to give Usman a trilogy fight then. Usman's not going to...
They can't.
Usman can't just fight...
I didn't even fucking think of that.
Yeah, Usman can't just fight like Burns or someone for like a warm-up, because then if he loses, then he's even more fucked and he won't get back up there. So you have that trilogy fight now.
The world would be in flames if it was Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington for the title next.
No, that'd be disgusting. It's like the same...
It's
the same thing how in the... Let me finish the welterweight and then we'll get into the heavyweight, because it's similar how Francis and Stipe, but you talk about that, but if Wonder Boy wins this, then I would say he's got to fight Leon. I don't care if Leon's dodging it. You make that fight. If Leon doesn't want to go, then he doesn't deserve a title shot. If Leon's dodging fights, if you want the title shot, you better be at every fucking fight, no matter who you're fighting.
Yep.
You have to fucking want that title shot. No matter, you're not gonna dodge anyone. You're not the champion. You don't get to dodge anyone.
Yeah.
So you have that predicament there, and then Masvidal's out, and then Gilbert Burns too is always going to be kind of searching around there.
He's always gonna be around. So is Wonderboy.
There's so many fucking things.
Masvidal you haven't even got into too.
Masvidal
he's in there too. I think he's more so out of the picture than in now.
I think he's gonna be I think he can't,
only way is
if
Colby.
Usman.
If Colby wins, maybe you throw Masvidal's name back in just because of the storyline. Former team.
Masvidal will never fight Usman again.
No,
because you've lost twice. No one's gonna tune into this. You know how it's gonna end. He ended him with the went to decision on the 7-day notice, 14-day notice, whatever it was, and then ends him. So get into the heavy. You want to get into the heavy?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I'll let you go on that one.
I know when. First off, I just wanted a special announcement here. Dana White, if you are fucking listening, I hope Francis Ngannou knocks your fucking bald ass out and you get your ass up with a fucking load of hair, because what you just did to probably the most dangerous man in the world next to fuck. I don't know if I'd rather face him or El Chapo face to face pissed off.
Him or a bear, I might fucking take the
I'd
bear.
take the fucking bear. And you just pissed off the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the world by putting, all due respect, Derek Lewis is a dog. But Cyril Gane? Gane? Are you kidding? He's a technical fighter. Great win. But it has to be Francis versus Lewis. If it's not Francis versus Stipe or Francis versus Jones. You had every decision in the book for Francis versus someone. And you choose Derek Lewis versus Gane over Stipe, Francis, and John Jones. That makes no fucking sense to me. No one's interested in that.
No one, like,
Fuck you, Dana White.
Yeah, no one's gonna, like, you're making that a main event too. Like, no one's gonna fucking watch that. No one's gonna pay a fucking cent.
It's gonna be on fucking ESPN Plus for free.
For free. It better be, because
I'm not paying for that.
You have the same. This would be, if you talk about, we're just talking about the welterweight. If, say, Colby beats Usman, just like how Stipe beat Ngannou first, and then Ngannou comes back and beats Stipe. Just like if Usman beats Colby first, then Colby comes back and beats Usman, and then you did a Colby versus Leon Edwards. No, you fucking screwed Colby and then just take a Leon Edwards and Wonderboy title shot.
I think
it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Where Derek Lewis wasn't even supposed to win that fight. That I can't remember the guy he fought before. It was a tune-up for that guy to beat Lewis to then fight Ngannou.
And here's the thing: is Ngannou said, "Look, I can't. I just fought fucking Stipe Miocic, who is the baddest man for the last 2-3 years.
He's the
right? I fought this guy. I can't fight till September.
No, he's the fucking money bringer.
What is
the champ?
What, 4 months? He's the 4 month layoff.
Champ.
5 month layoff to his next fight. That's fucking nothing for heavyweight. You gave Khabib. You know, he went through Ramadan, needed 3 months extra space. Rightfully so. You gave him his space. You let him say, "Hey, I can't fight from May to September, year in and year out." And you allowed that. But now Ngannou has a physical injury. He doesn't want to fight. He wants to make sure he's in his best form when he goes to fight the next fucker out there. If you're going in there with Derek Lewis, you better not be injured.
Yeah.
You better not be injured, or it's lights out. And the next thing you're seeing is the lights of a fucking ambulance.
He will fucking catch you.
Right? And what they did to Francis is disrespectful. And as much as I want to chirp Dana White, take some fucking balls to look at Francis Ngannou and piss him off, because I know I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah, you gotta tell that shit to his face that he's not getting the fucking title shot.
Yeah, well, if I'm Dana White, I'm taking a fucking trip to the heart of Bali and fucking sitting in hideaway for the next 8 months.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my head out of it. Anyway, you know, that pisses us off. But welterweight again, super, super interesting division. One question, the one question that is up there with what happens after death. GSP, Georges St. Pierre, Kamaru Usman. Prime each. Who do you take? Because you know me, I think Usman is unbeatable. But prime GSP. What do you think?
Prime GSP. That's a fucking tough one. I think right now GSP is a top 3 fighter of all time.
I think he is the fighter of all time.
I think he is too, but I just want to leave room for
Debate.
for debate on it. I gotta take GSP, fellow Canadian, but
Yeah.
I just think that GSP is so smart and such a fucking student of the game.
Yep.
That he would study Usman nonstop and find weaknesses in his game and would be able to not just find them but be able to execute on them and shut him down. I think when you're talking about Colby Covington possibly beating Usman, I just think if Colby Covington was fighting GSP,
I don't think it would be a debate
It would be
either.
like fucking Sugar Sean fighting Matinho.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be close.
Yeah, I think
so
you're
I just
right
think
there, too.
that GSP right now, it's hard to challenge
It's so
like
different, right?
retired guys versus guys who are still fighting, and even though he's getting older, still in his considered prime if he's still the champ.
Yeah.
I would have to take GSP though.
No, and I agree. Now, building off these super matchups, Usman, Khabib, right now, who wins? I got Usman via absolute mall show,
Usman.
fucked in the ass, sending Khabib's ass right on his fucking eagle to soar back to Dagestan.
Yeah, I didn't know. Before Masvidal, I didn't know if Usman and even Burns. I didn't know Usman had that type of fucking knockout power. But you're knocking out Gilbert Burns and Masvidal who
He's so
fucking
strong.
street fight before. Like
Strong. No homo, but that man could fit right in and too hot to handle. That guy is fucking humongous.
he's a specimen. But I think you're right.
He looks like
would-
he put injected helium in his fucking chest.
He is a permanent
Huge.
pump. He's
He
a
does.
permanent
He
pump.
does. It's
But
crazy.
I think he would. Yeah, I think he would fucking wipe Khabib's
I do too.
Russian ass on the floor.
Yeah, so do I. Love Khabib. Great guy, great personality. But Kamaru's him with knockout power and stronger, right? Like,
Yeah, like you can't.
there's nothing
like,
you can do. Anyone in lightweight though, Khabib
Yeah,
is gonna fucking murder.
Khabib would. The thing was too with the weight difference, Khabib would have to come up to Usman because I don't think Usman would be able to cut that much weight.
No
and
shot.
there's no way Khabib would even be able to get Usman to the ground. I don't think. And even
I
if
don't
he did,
either.
Usman's too
Good enough.
strong and too good on the ground to be able to stay there. When Khabib can take guys like Poirier and Gaethje to the ground and like dominate him but those guys aren't fucking world wrestlers.
Yeah, no, for sure. But let's wrap up this card here. You know I'm fucking excited. What happened last time when we were together? What happened last time when McGregor lost? What did I do? Do you remember?
Vaguely, but I remember the betting standpoint.
No. We'll talk. Well, actually, that's a good point. But more so water bottle in the hand standpoint.
Refresh my memory. I was in one that night. Very
Oh, you were in on it?
McGregor
Yeah, no,
lost.
just for the fans of the show here, I'm a huge McGregor guy. Massive McGregor guy.
Oh, I do
was-
remember. I do remember.
I was standing up. My heart was pumping. I was at about 180 BPM.
Whatever's high. I don't know.
McGregor got knocked out, and I threw a fucking meaty 98 mile per hour water bottle at my fucking closet door. And it was not good. But little betting tip again, shouldn't listen to me. I'm again not too sharp on my tools when it comes to betting. I fucking lose money day in and day out. But hedge against your favorite team, your favorite fighter. Don't bet on your fucking favorite team, man.
Yeah, you're gonna be double pissed off.
You're gonna be like our good friend of the show, Joe Dick, $155 out betting on the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's what's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
No, don't bet on your favorite team. Bet against them, so at least, I have 80 on Poirier. I would be happy to lose that $80. If you had $80 on Poirier, I know you're a McGregor guy too.
Yeah.
If you had 80 on Poirier, would you be pissed if McGregor won?
With my current bank situation, yes. But like you said, I am a huge McGregor guy, and I have been for a while, and I really want him to win this fight based on the possible after effects of this fight. I think that if McGregor loses this, there is no.
I think
next
he's
for
done.
him.
Hang it up, send it home.
I think hang it up in UFC. I don't think hang it up in fighting because no matter when McGregor
Yeah,
fights,
I think
he's
he'll go back to
still,
boxing.
Yeah, he's still gonna bring that money in.
Yeah.
But That's why.
Him as a competitor, he's not fucking there.
No, because if he loses this one, he's never getting another title shot. I think you talk about great comeback stories like the 2018 Tiger Woods Masters, where he comes back from all the stuff that was going on before. If McGregor somehow gets another title shot and wins that title, that is one of the best comeback stories. And I think if you go back to old Conor and go back to his karate style, I think he has that in his bag. He needs to go back to that old Stone Cold Steve Austin, like I've been saying.
That fucking montage.
That you lose your mind in the art of MMA and fucking get back to the old Conor, that double champ Conor, that
the dog.
Like, I'm not apologizing to shit Conor. I think if he gets back to that, he's a fucking one of the dangerous men in the world, man.
But yeah, I think that's mostly what we had for that card. But big MMA news. I know you're not overly familiar. It's kind of niche. Verdict MMA. All right, so this is not an ad, by the way. I wish we had fucking sponsors. Yeah. Verdict MMA.
Soon.
More.
We're taking Instagram inquiries.
Yeah. Serious inquiries only, please. Thank you. Verdict MMA just received huge investment from Ben Askren. And basically, more or less, fans just vote each and every round. They live judge the fight, and they'll release the data of it and see, did fucking Chris Lee fuck the dog like that fucker does every time he judges a fight. And I think it's a cool idea, and it's cool that the names of Ben Askren, different capitals are going in, raising money, and more importantly, 3 Canadian boys gives us some hope.
Yeah.
But I have one question to conclude this podcast off, which has been awesome. It's been a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, it has.
But what if somehow an organization ran its judging system through fans? What do you think about that? Do you think it leads to more or less controversy?
I think there has to be very distinctive rules and regulations of the fans judging the fights, because it can lead to more controversy, because if you see the public is 95 or 80% on Conor McGregor in this fight coming up, and then you see the line on it, even though Poirier might have had a better fight, is 80% McGregor, because people are just putting on there that they thought McGregor won because they bet on it. That's where you walk that tricky line of these. I feel like the general population could maybe be served as a judge. So you have like 4 judges, and then or
an ice, or like a tie. Like if there's a tie, break the tie.
Yeah, like I was
with
thinking.
The fans.
What I'm thinking is, there's usually 3 judges in UFC, right? So you have, because I watch Dana White's post game or post fight card interview every time, and it seems like the last 2 or 3. He's had some problems with these judges. So what you could say is that you have the 3 judges. They all put in their scores. Then you have Dana White put in his scores. Then you have the fans have their scores. So now you have 5 judges. So there won't be
I wouldn't put
ties.
Dana White.
But
I do think
maybe the UFC
idea.
thing. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know. Again, I don't know. Dana White's probably
fuck Dana White and his fucking
I'm just saying
bald, shiny, glowy head up. I'm fucking pissed at him, and I hope Francis takes that bald fuck out.
I'm just saying in that sense that, like, having kind of like it'd be
like fourth system, like a tiebreaker.
The NHL, you could mix those together. It's just having another option instead of having like these fucking draws or anything where you talk about like the NHLPA, how they vote on the awards that go to their players. Yeah. Versus you can have the fans and kind of the UFCPA, including Dana White, kind of have that tiebreaker, so then there's less controversy. I don't know what it's called. I'm just saying that, like,
they don't have a union. Actually,
no, they should. But I'm just saying you have that kind of tiebreaker to have less controversy in the fights and have less draws and overall raise fan morale. Because if
fan interaction, that's a huge thing.
Because I feel like if you're getting, like me, I just recently have gotten to UFC, but you can get more people to come into UFC and come into this beautiful sport.